Happy spring break, everybody. Hello, hello. It's good to see you. My name's Jenna O'Malley. Let's go ahead and get together, my dear Soul Bard Collective, and sit down and get a midweek sip from the cup of positivity. As you can tell, I have upgraded us to a bigger cup. I literally found these planter pots that were not being used here among some other things while rifling through different boxes in my office. So I said, hey, these will work until the actual mugs I want are here. So with the midweek sip, we go ahead and just pull any advice from Cup of Positivity mode and riff off of it throughout the whole length of the live. We might not be here all that long this week. We'll see what happens, but let's say hello in chat. Jess is here. It's good to see you. We will be sprinting over on my main channel here soon at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to go ahead and use that link to say hello, please feel welcome to go ahead and do so. Jess is doing Camp NaNoWriMo. Low key, not drafting. See, I'm being a rebel myself. Whatever I get done is whatever I get done. And also this with the Camp NaNoWriMo website. It has been down on occasion. If you also want a free character therapy journal, please do check out a video that's coming out on Friday on my main channel before sprints there. Hello, Sako. It's good to see you. I got to hang out with Sako and a couple of other friends this last weekend, and it was a total blast. Jess, and we're glad to have you here whenever you're here in your pace, in your time, in your stride, since it's Wizard Wednesdays especially. So, cup of positivity. What do we need to reflect on? What's our midweek sip? What are we looking at this week? Yes, I'm pulling from the big container because we only have about 5 weeks left in the little container. So do something today that your future self will thank you for. Well, I'm thanking past me a lot right now. I will say that. Since it's the end of Q1 and the beginning of Q2 this week for a lot of us operating our small businesses, I think a lot of us have gone back and done that reflection period just to look at and see where the seeds we planted 3 weeks, 3 months, for some of us 3 years ago, are coming into full blossom. Does it need to take that long? Depending on what you're trying to build into the garden that is the masterpiece of you and your life and your business. It really can indeed require current you to thank past you in order for future you to do the same. Why? Because a lot of us don't have that habit. Workaholic me. Anyway, there's this concept that a former student of mine once included in their senior project for graduation, where they said, high school has taught me that nothing sticks around forever and that I really don't have the time I need to appreciate all the things that there are to be appreciated. That has stuck with me for ages. The fact that someone so young realized that even though they want to do everything, they're only one person. So you got to give future you something to be thankful for with the decisions you're making today. So in that regard, Kukukala tells us, be thankful for what you have at the same time. Ooh, goes right in line with be fearless for what you want. So confirmation is what I'm calling that. If we aren't thankful, at least a little bit for ourselves or others, do we ever really truly face our fears? A lot of the time, we think that facing fear can be a certain thing. We have to face it head on. We have to tackle it. We have to drag it through the muck. We just, as J.R. Ward, one of my favorite traditional authors, says, I just have to sit my butt in the chair and force myself to do the thing. No ifs, ands, buts, or excuses. there should be thankfulness and gratitude to be able to do the thing in the first place, alongside if you're really trying to tell fear, hey, you can't tell it to go away forever. It's not going to go away forever. It's just going to morph into something else. So says the person who has social anxiety that doesn't mind being on video and becomes a social chatterbox when she's in a group physically with people. There's an element of, if you don't face the fear with gratitude, are you even appreciating the lesson along the way? Are you even appreciating that lesson? Possibly, possibly not. Because eventually, are you going to stop looking up? We always feel like we're at rock bottom because in a way we are. Look at video games, right? Every time you level up, rock bottom has a new meaning. Okay? Now, this is kind of dependent on the type of video game we're referencing here. So I'm not referencing Legend of Zelda 2, where you get sent back to the beginning of the game if you were unalived. Okay, I'm talking more like Super Mario Brothers 64, where they just kick you out of the painting and send you back to the safe zone to reset. Okay. You don't get sent all the way back to the beginning. You just get told you can't do this level until you level up a little bit more, until you learn to appreciate the lessons behind you, right? We can't unlock, so I'm saying this because for me, my thought process this year is to enjoy the open doors. The correct open doors should be what that phrasing is saying, that are ahead of me. So in order for you to walk into future you, are you gratifying and gracious and grateful for yourself now? That sounds selfish, but so many of us are conditioned, especially in an American society, to be selfless to the point of sacrifice, that we develop this little imp in our head that says we can't, just so we feel safe. It is so easy to say, one day when. That's an okay point to look up from. Have you been looking at the point of one day when for too long? You deserve to give yourself thanks for as hard as you work for others, and to give yourself thanks for as hard as you work for you, okay? A lot of us know what it means to not be given a thank you, to the point that we're shocked when we finally get it. How shocking is it going to be for you to look in the mirror and admit that you yourself should have been saying, hey, me, thank you for everything you do all along. This can go to your spiritual self, your mental self, your physical body. Have you thanked your body for all of the things it does without you even thinking about it? Breathing included, heartbeat included, digesting your food included. I know I haven't in a while. So as much as it scares us, go look in a mirror. A mirror you trust, I'll word it that way. Look yourself in the eye and say, hey. All those pep talk words that you've given to everybody else lately, you deserve them too. See you in sprints in a bit on my other channel. Enjoy your midweek sip.